Welcome to the next video from the River Meadow software technical team. In this video we'll be looking at data-only migration, that is, moving data volumes from one Windows OS to another seamlessly. What we're going to do is we're going to go and take a look at the source machine and take a look at its drive configuration. I've already opened an RDP session, so let's go take a look. So we can see that on this machine we have a D drive. It's got some files on there. Nothing particularly special about this, but we can see that it's a big drive. It's got 99 gig, so it's a 100 gig drive, and that's probably too big for the number of files that we want to keep on it going forward. So as well as migrating this, we want to resize the drive. So I've created a target machine that we can migrate this drive to, and on here you'll see that the drive configuration is slightly different, and on the F drive we have a 10 gig drive. That's about right for the size of the machine that we want to have. So let's go back to the River Meadow portal and let's start a migration. I've already added the source machine as a source for River Meadow, so we've seen this in previous videos. We're going to migrate it into UK South, which is where the target machine is, and we're going to do a data-only migration. Those of you who've watched previous videos will have seen me do this before. So for data-only migration, or DOM, there's a small subset of the pre-flight checks that we need to go through. And as you can see, they complete very quickly. So now we can set up this data-only migration. Now we've seen this before when we were doing the NFS video. We have to add a target IP address, and we have to configure it as if we were doing a full migration. So we'll go through that and do that. Stick it on standard LRS. Now here we've got the option to do block or file level replication. Because we're resizing the drive, file level replication will let us do that. So we set our instance size, configure the networking ready to go, select a security group, select a resource group, and that's pretty much everything ready to go. Now the one thing we need to do, and we've talked about migration instructions in passing before, but one of the migration instructions we have available to us is one that allows us to remap drives. So we're going to put in a migration instruction here that allows us to map the D drive to the F drive. Migration instructions are great. They allow us to be very flexible and very agile in introducing new functionality. Again, we'll do those short pre-flight checks to make sure everything's okay. And then when that's finished, we can go and take a look at the fact that we've done a data-only migration setup, which creates the link between the target and the source machine. So to actually get the data to move, what we need to do is do a differential migration. So we click on the icon at the end here that starts that differential migration. Just clear out my IP address, my email address, which isn't needed here, and you can see that everything else is as we need it to be. The only thing we need to change, and this is an example of more flexibility within River Meadow, is that when we created the target, we created it with a different set of admin credentials. So we're going to put the admin credentials for the target in here now. So we'll finish off entering the password, and when we've done that, we can click on Confirm and Start Migration. What will happen then is that we'll do some quick pre-flight checks to check nothing we've done will affect our migration. And we're going to fast forward from those pre-flight checks to the point at which the migration starts. And when we check the migration started, we'll pause and we'll wait until the migration completes, and we'll come back into the video at that point. So we can see that migration completed successfully. It moved a very small amount of data because there wasn't much to move. Those text files were not very big. So what we're going to do now is we're going to skip across to the target machine and see if that data got copied across successfully. We'll skip past the open session that I have for the source machine, and let's go straight across to the target machine. And we'll look at the F drive. You can see it's still there. We'll double click on it, and there's those files that moved across successfully. So the data-only migration was a success. Let's go and see what happens if we change some stuff on the source machine. So we'll double click on that source drive, and we're going to zip up those files into a single zip file. And we're just going to accept the default name. I'm not really after teaching people to use Windows here. and we'll remove the original source files. So we've effectively taken a backup of them. And then I'm just going to create a new file. I'm just going to call it another file or another new file. So we're just creating an any old file that we can use. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to River Meadow, and we're going to start off another differential and get those changes moved across to the target machine. So we're going to click on differential again. All we need to do is check that that migration instruction is there so that we're mapping the drive again. We will have to re-enter the credentials because we're changing those from this target machine to the source machine. They're different. Let's skip to the point at which the migration is complete because that's what's of interest here. So as you can see, the migration is finished through the platform. So let's skip past the source machine. Let's go and have another look at the target. And we can see that those files got copied across successfully. So we did a differential migration, we did the changes, and we copied them across with complete success, showing you that we can also keep that D drive in sync with the F drive that we created earlier. So thank you very much for watching this short video. As usual, here's the contact details so you can get hold of us if you need us. Please do reach out to us if we can help you with anything, and please look out for more in these series of videos that we're making.